Hey everybody, welcome to Always Bored, Never Boring. As long-time viewers of the channel probably already know, I'm a bit of a HeroQuest fan. Of course, a lot of my love for HeroQuest is steeped in nostalgia. It wasn't technically my first fantasy adventure board game. Titles like Bewitched and the Vampire Game from Waddington's and Ghost Castle, known as Witch Witch in the US, were the games that first introduced me to the idea of thematic experiences that transported you to other worlds. But it was HeroQuest that truly started me down the path that has led to where I am today. However, it's not just about nostalgia. For all its faults, let's be honest, HeroQuest has more than its fair share. I truly think HeroQuest is a wonderful game. It's fun and funny, suitable for families with young children, suitable for a group of friends who just want to get around the table and share an adventure. It sets up quickly, tears down quickly, doesn't outstay its welcome, is easy to teach, and distills all the best qualities of dungeon crawling into a tightly focused package. It doesn't necessarily give you a lot to think about, but who cares when you get to kick down doors, slay monsters, and take all of their healing potions? But there's one complaint I hear about HeroQuest that I thought I would address in a roundabout sort of way in this video. Often I hear people lamenting the fact that they always have to play as Zargon, or Morcar depending on what side of the water you live on. The complaint is perhaps not as prevalent since Hasbro launched the HeroQuest companion app, which allows everybody to play as a hero while the app controls the dungeon, but it's still something that crops up for people like myself who don't enjoy the app, or those people who still can't access the app for one reason or another. Now, when I was a kid, I always played as a hero, or several heroes, but as an adult, the mantle of Zargon has fallen to me, and I love it. I really enjoy taking on that role. I know it's not for everyone, and I know that even people who enjoy the role will sometimes feel like slipping into a loincloth and swinging a broadsword for an afternoon, but honestly, I don't really miss playing as a hero. Loincloths never suited me anyway. So in this video, for no particular reason other than I like talking about HeroQuest and I wanted an excuse to make a list, I'm going to talk about my top 3 reasons why it's good to be bad, the very best things about being Zargon. Number 1, you know everything. There's something a bit special about any game where one person knows a lot more than everyone else. It's always a setup for a good time. Whether it's Scotland Yard with the detectives running around like headless chickens looking for Mr. X, or Tajemnice Domosvo, also known as Mysterium, with the all-knowing ghost desperately attempting to get the psychics to understand the meaning of their dreams. There is just so much humour in having all the cards in your hand and watching as the other players struggle to figure out what's going on. In HeroQuest, of course, Zargon has access to the map of the dungeon. The heroes explore, but Zargon already knows, and they can snigger behind their screen as the heroes forget to search for secret doors in a key location, or decide to recklessly open a trapped treasure chest. Knowing the location of traps is one of the best things ever, and while it's funny to be able to say stop right there when the heroes are wandering down a corridor and they trigger a pit trap, my absolute favourite thing is when the heroes do search but only just in time, and you get to say, "This spot looks suspicious," and everybody around the table goes, "Ooh." Number 2, you have an army. Sure, the other players get a cool hero to run around the dungeon with, but Zargon has an army, and it's an army comprising mainly greenskins and the undead. Everybody knows how much I like my orcs, goblins and skeletons. When I first started playing Warhammer Fantasy Battle, my first army was a goblin force, my second army was an undead force, and my third was a dwarf warband. I have to believe that my love of HeroQuest is at the root of all of those decisions, whether I realised it at the time or not. In HeroQuest, it's really fun to have control of a big horde of greenskins to bully the heroes with. The faces the heroes make when they open a room and realise they're outnumbered and out of position is always priceless. Getting to take your turn and swarm around a hero who ventured a little too far into danger is a joy. But also, having so many units on the board opens up so many choices. The order you move, where you place each enemy, making sure you keep enemies close enough to prevent heroes from searching for traps that you know are right in front of them, or dancing an enemy just out of range of attacks in the hope a hot-blooded barbarian will charge straight into a pit. And there's always plenty of opportunities to ham it up. The first time a gargoyle springs to life, or the moment a named villain fires off a chaos spell the heroes weren't expecting, assuming you're playing with the North American rules of course. You get to take on all these roles and bring them to life for your players. And number 3, you get to introduce HeroQuest to other players. This is the big one. If you're stuck with the Zargon role, it's probably because you own the game and you know the rules better than anyone else. That means it falls to you to teach new players. It's your job to guide your kids or your nieces or your nephews or your cousins or your best buddies through their first adventures. You get to open up that world to more people. And from behind your screen, you get to see it all. The joy on their faces when they defeat an enemy or find a treasure. The look of concern when you stop them to announce they've triggered a trap. Or the collective cheer when they overcome your latest challenge. You have the best seat in the house to watch over other people fall in love with the game you already love. Maybe the game you fell in love with decades before. And maybe you're introducing someone to a brand new hobby. Maybe you're even helping to create a memory that someone will carry with them for the rest of their lives, like I carry Christmas morning 1989 when I first opened my original copy of HeroQuest. And isn't that what we should all strive for? Opening the gates of this hobby to as many people as possible, making other people happy, finding a way to make a moment that crystallizes in someone's mind and becomes a little gem they treasure forever? What more could you possibly want? But there we have it, that is my all-time top 3 reasons. Not my only reasons. Being a Zargon opens up lots of other potential opportunities for fun, engaging activities, sitting and devising your own dungeons, for example. But that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments what your favourite aspect of playing Zargon is, or playing HeroQuest in general. And thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider pressing the like button. If you really enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing if you don't already do so. And hopefully, I will see you all again very soon. Bye bye everyone. Bye bye.